Hey, Soul Sister. That's right, we're playing Soul Sisters today. Honestly, since the last time I've played this deck, Soul Warden is not the only Soul Sister that's worth playing anymore in Timeless, and I guess Historic as well. When another creature enters, you gain 1 life. That's what makes a Soul Sister. We don't have the original Soul Sister in this Timeless format here, unfortunately, but we do have some of the next best things. Our other 4 copies of life-gaining effects will be the Guide of Souls. That has been absolutely brutal in these non-rotating formats on Arena. And you combine that with an Ocelot Pride. There's going to be a lot of things coming in to gain you life. So in this deck, we try to get our payoff through life gain. So we will be playing Voice of the Blessed. When you gain life, put a counter on it. And with 4 counters, it gets Flying Vigilance. With 10, it becomes indestructible. There's also Essence Channeler now. If you've lost life this turn, we do get Flying and Vigilance from it, and we'll be able to turn that on through our Dark Art Wastes. And then when you gain life, put a counter on it, as usual, and when it dies, its counters get to go on another creature you control. So we can put them back on a Soul Sister, or maybe on our Voice of the Blessed as we go towards the Indestructible. A cool card that we get to play, this is tech for the Mirror, is going to be Sun Cleanser. For 2 mana, we get a 1/4, so it survives Lightning Bolt, and that's pretty good against our Jeskai control opponents. You get to remove counters from some creature. That's fine, and that's all fine and good, but really not going to be super valuable for us. But the target opponent loses all counters. They can't get counters for as long as Sun Cleanser remains on the battlefield. That's going to be great in an Energy Mirror. This will be great against our opponents that are playing Jeskai Energy Control. It'll be good against other Guide of Souls decks. And yeah, Sun Cleanser is going to be pretty good tech for the Mirror, like I said. Abiding Grace is a card that I wanted to play with today. At the beginning of your end step, you either gain a life or return your Guide of Souls, Ocelot Pride, or Soul Warden from the graveyard to the battlefield. So this is going to help us grow our Voice of the Blessed and other equivalent effects. Plus, it's going to help us rebuy Guide of Souls here and there. Then we have 3-Tree Battalion. This here is going to be something where we want to hit 2 2-drops. We get to look 6 deep, put something CMC 3 or less onto the battlefield if it's a creature, and then copy it as a 1/1. So these things, we don't really care if they come in as 1/1s, because hopefully we're doing 3-Tree Battalion with a Guide of Souls on the battlefield, and when they enter, they will immediately become pretty large. So 3-Tree Battalion, pretty good. It's better to play 3-Tree Battalion than to play individually 2 cards. It's a little bit card advantage to go this way, so slightly better on average to play it like this. And then, of course, since we're gaining a bunch of life, the One Ring is essentially free for us to play. We have 2 copies of it. Swords to Plowshares, Static Prison will be our removal. Kabira Takedown technically will count as that as well, and so will Witch Enchanter in case we need to put it in against Omnishow. And that'll round out the deck. This is Soul Sisters. Let's get in there and hit them like a train. If you know, you know. This episode of Full Control MTG is brought to you by Patreon and your viewership. If you want to support the channel financially, the Full Control MTG Patreon is the best place to do so. With the Shockland tier, you get access to videos as soon as they are recorded and edited. Don't wait to get your hands on another Full Control MTG deck list. Otherwise, it's your support for the channel that keeps me going. Thanks for being here, and enjoy the video. Round 1, here we are. What do we think of this one? So we do have Ocelot Pride as our starter. That is maybe all right in case, I guess as long as they don't play removal themselves. Trash my old recordings here. Nice. Now we are all clean in the recording folder, and I can return to the game here. So Sun Cleanser on 2 helps me in the mirror match, but I don't think I can play with the assumption that this is going to be another Guide of Souls deck. It's not bad, it's not great. We have 3 lands and a way to, eventually get there. I'll give it a try. Although this is definitely a tier 2 or tier 3 hand. Although we're on the play, that does make Ocelot Pride a little better. Now we can clear the way with a Swords to Plowshares. That feels nice. Let's see if we'll be allowed to have it. Wooded Foothills. Are we going for many colors or just to thin the library? Could be Domain. This is looking like Omnishow. We see Deathrite Shaman. That is maybe not necessarily Omnishow. Well, like I said, we will take out their Deathrite. That'll stave them off of mana, and it'll give us our Ocelot trigger. Seems good. So they could have turn 3 show and told me here. Or, sorry, turn 2 show and told me here. Luckily, we're going to avoid that, but we still got to watch out for turn 3. Seeing Impulse here is kind of a big indication for me that that is what we're playing, so we're going to have to see what we can do. And unfortunately, with the cards that we're given, it's not looking like we can do much about it. We'll go Sun Cleanser, we'll go Guide of Souls. That was incorrect. All right, they cannot gain counters anymore. Here's a Guide of Souls. We'll attack. Thankfully, we will gain life. And now we get to do our thing. So we are 8 of 10. We should be able to hit next turn. Show and tell. Unfortunately, that's going to be it for us. Well, we did get the read correct, but unfortunately, opponent has most likely a kill coming this turn. Let's sit back and let them execute here. Omniscience on the battlefield. 4 cards. They have just a Deathrite Shaman, surprisingly. That's actually pretty bad for them. Okay, they're checking for, I guess, some sort of counterspell. They find another Atraxa. We're not dead yet. Oh, they do have Demonic Tutor, though, so this is actually a deterministic kill. They take Demonic Tutor, get Approach, then go Atraxa, Approach, easy. Looks like they're actually not doing it that way. I guess they're just seeing if Impulse will find what they need, but yeah, they have the important pieces here. Assemble the team already in hand, yep. Assemble the team before Demonic Tutor is always correct. You might get lucky and hit the piece that you're looking for. And yeah, should be maybe 4 more spells here and they have the game. Let's just watch them do it. Oh, it's a Grizzlebrand variant. Let's see how this works. Draw 7. And now what? Assemble the team again. I'm actually now wondering if there's a different combo in here or if they just wanted to play Grizzlebrands. Assemble again. That's the 3rd one we've seen. They should be able to kill me by now. Maybe they went through Tendrils or something. They might be looking for an alternate line since I'm letting them have it here. There's Atraxa again. Honestly, not what I thought would happen. There's Show and Tell. What new things can they show me in this deck? So far, everything looks pretty standard except for the fact that they have... Grizzlebrand in here. They have Pact of Negation back up here, so maybe they're just, you know, fishing for a protected kill. That's fair. Demonic Tutor, so now we see the tutor for the card that lets them see outside the game, Mastermind's Acquisition. Oh, it's a Chroma's Memorial. Hello. All right, and then so they, I assume, win like this. All right, so a slightly different deck here. A Chroma's Memorial as the finisher with these big beats. They don't even need a sideboard. Definitely the sideboard having decks are a little bit more efficient than this, but hey, you know, I love to see something that's not just Omniscience, find and cast, Approach of the Second Sun 2 times. So, you know, all is well in round 1. We'll move to round 2 and see if we can get that Ocelot Pride Ascend going. Here we go. All right, round 2. All right, we finally have what we're looking for, which is a Soul Warden into Voice of the Blessed or equivalent. This is what we're looking for. We can also go Soul Warden into Ocelot Pride, but I'm going to wait till turn 3 to do that. If we have to Static Prison to get the Soul Warden through, that could also work. And then down the line, it's the One Ring for us. We're looking to avoid early removal, which that is. And this is actually pretty nice for us because all we really need to do is just plow through their board. And actually, you know what? If we want to save ourselves on a little bit of mill, we can do some Static Prison type behavior. Alright, we'll take that Ruin Crab and get in for 1 damage. Now that we've gained life, Ocelot Pride starts to go wide, and we're already at 6 permanents. Getting close. And they're really incentivized to not hold out for a Ruin Crab land drop here, so when they play a land, that makes this and any further Ruin Crabs much worse. So that's pretty happy for us. They might not even be able to play something this turn. Probably they glimpse the unthinkable me, but one can hope. Watery Grave, and we just get it right back. We will always be playing with Static Prison. We will take action. Then let's go ahead and Voice of the Blessed now. We'll see if they have Drown in the Lock. Drown in the Lock actually won't work. Gain a life. And then we also need to make sure that we are avoiding shuffling our library, since they could have Archive Trap. Luckily, none of our deck really wants to do that. We'll attack in. We have 7 permanents, soon to be 8. The following turn, we are good to go. Voice of the Blessed going to start flying and become vigilant soon, as the static prison will eventually expire. They'll gain some life. And so far, we haven't been milled at all, which is crazy. To be in this position on turn 3 against mill is absolutely wild. We'll go Dark Ritual. Is that for a Shieldred? Fraying Sanity. Ah, I see. Okay, so we really got to avoid searching our library here. We will always be paying for this. And a Darkheart Waste, Soul Warden. Here we go. We have Ascend. We're getting in there. Alright, they're down to 2. A Lens Step. No mill, but we get 2 creatures. That is former counters on our Voice, and I think that through this we should be able to win the game. Opponent's going to have to double Fraying Sanity us on our turn. It's not impossible. Except this triggers each end steps. Yeah, they need to Field of Ruin me, then double mill me. I think we should have this though. Alright, Bojuka Bog, totally fine. Field of Ruin is basically what we needed to see from them. And we will take round 2. That was sweet. Alright, let's go. It is now round 3. Well, we were really happy to see Soul Warden into one of these 2-drops, and we get to do it again here. The question is, in this Lurrus build, are they going to have removal? I'm definitely scared to see it. Polluted Delta here might find a Thoughtseize. I'd hate to see a Thoughtseize then Fatal Push in their hand. Looks like it will be Thoughtseize. Luckily for us, we are not combo. Oh, no, it's actually going to be Ragavan. So I think in this case, it's actually Ocelot Pride we want to go for. Now Ragavan can't attack unless they spend removal for me. Sweet. Aether Hub. And I think I'd honestly rather have them kill my Ocelot Pride than Soul Warden, so this is fine. Enters or attacks. The attack trigger is to draw and lose life. Okay, so we can big time set up here. And I will see if they'd like to trade. Oh wait, no, I don't have to. We already gained life. That was almost a huge mistake. All right, lots of life gained. If we can stick a Voice of the Blessed or Essence Channeler, we are in a great setting. We stand to gain 2/4 every turn, which means that each one of these, as they get played, will have Vigilance. That's awesome. If we can get out early, we're going to be able to be isolated against Toxic Deluge, but they play a lot of 1 toughness things, so I don't think that that's in their deck. They will shock here, though. This is basically just Dark Confident for energy, I see. Attacks are still bad for them. Oh, they'll actually do it. Okay, I was about to say. Ocelot Pride does kill, but I mean, I'm definitely blocking Ragavan, and then I'm taking Glint Sleeve's attacks. Oh, okay. So basically, if they grow it, then I feel bad about double blocking with Ocelot Pride and this. I think they've already gotten their energy, so I'll just take the 2. We want to avoid Fatal Push turning online, but that's really not something that can happen here. So now, I'm going to make not the same mistake that I made last game. We're going to go Guide of Souls first into Voice of the Blessed. This way we can see if they have Counterspell up. Alright, cool. We've gained life. We're going to turn on Ocelot Pride here. Well, if this Voice of the Blessed resolves. If they have a Counterspell, now's a good time. Aether Spike. Oh, wow, alright. Well, that's unfortunate for us, but Ocelot Pride will come through. And currently I have no energy. I'm not interested in doing the Ragavan thing. I suppose I am interested in Ocelot Pride attacking. Just gives me a little bit extra life. They can block with the Rag if they'd like, but not really going to matter for us. I will take it. Sweet. Alright, another cat. Gain 3 life. All we need is for this Voice of the Blessed or Essence Channeler to hit the battlefield. Now, I suppose I could actually be running Cavern of Souls on Cleric in this deck. You know, that is one consideration to make, but it really just feels bad when you can't cast Ocelot Pride, and that's something that has to happen on turn 1. So you'll forgive me if I think that that's not really a good move for me. So next up, we're definitely double blocking here. They will keep my permanence a little bit lower. They could have second Aether Spike. Maybe I just turn off this engine right now. It's slower to get to my Ocelot Pride thing, but eventually we will get there. And this might force some removal on their side of the board. We're going to Galvanic Discharge here on my Guide of Souls. That's fine. That's something we can get back. Alright, so now they are still able to cast Aether Spike, but none of the other standard counterspells are going to work. They will replay the Glint Sleeve, which means that my Voice of the Blessed will hit. Beautiful. 3 True Battalion is going to be great soon. Definitely just going Voice of the Blessed here. I can get Flying and Vigilance real quick. Beautiful, and then we're definitely attacking with Ocelot. Represents even more damage here. Go to end step, and we hit Flying Vigilance now and Voice of the Blessed. 5 more counters, and we hit Indestructible. This Essence Channeler will be a good next play if it can hit. Fatal Push, still very good against me until Voice of the Blessed is fully turned on. We just have to see how the rest of this game goes. Down to 8. Chthonian Nightmare. That's a problem. Ragavan, Glint Sleeve are the things that can come back. Glint Sleeve going in. Whoops, sorry, I didn't realize I was still up. I think I continue to block. Well, no, I don't. We'll let them have it. Then, yeah, that was a big Galvanic Discharge there. Good move for them. Luckily for us, we have an Essence Channeler coming back. We are waiting for them to make their move here. They will pass back. So unfortunately for us, we don't hit the land for 3 tree, but we do have a play, thankfully. So I'm just making my attacks here. Big Essence Channeler. And those counters will go onto one of the cats when it dies. It feels good. They'll need to find their 3rd Galvanic Discharge here if they'd like to kill it. Chthonian Nightmare. Up to 4. They can kill Essence Channeler. We are not taking this block because if they have a Galvanic Discharge, well, they can kill Essence Channeler no matter what, but we might as well make it a little bit harder for them. We don't want them to save energy. At the same time, you know what? We don't want them to have food for Chthonian Nightmare. I'm going to double block. Alright. Yeah, and Fatal Push is not really something that matters for us here. Let's see if it's Galvanic Discharge. Shock a Watery Grave by the Luris. Fine. Doesn't matter. We have the win, and we found our Dark Hour Waste to go for 3 True Battalion to take round 3. Alright, well, surprisingly, Mono White continues to have an overwhelming display of force. Let's move to round 4. Alright, it's round 4. Let's go. Soul Warden and maybe a glimpse at 3 True Battalion. I'm going to give it a try. This might be the weakest of all the hands we've taken so far. We don't have a good turn 2 play unless removal is required of us. But even then, Static Prison won't last long without a Guide of Souls. So let's see what we can do. I think Soul Warden into Ocelot Pride is a respectable game plan. If they want to kill the Soul Warden, then Ocelot Pride can function on its own. Alright, hey, speak of the devil, it's a Guide of Souls, so let's go ahead and go Ocelot Pride after a Guide of Souls hits the battlefield. And here's Ocelot Pride. Sweet. So we have that energy starting up here. We'll have to see what their game plan is regarding actually playing spells. If it's Blood Moon, I don't care because I have basic lands. If they're playing land destruction, then I probably just want to take out their bop. And we'll just work towards a 3-tree. Another Birds of Paradise. We see only one, or we see a forest in addition to the MDFC lands, so we know that it's not some weird Belcher thing, at least as far as I'm aware. And they can play something for 1 mana, it looks like. Maybe more Mana Dorks. This might just be like a Mana Dork tribal thing. Luckily, I have no creature with power on it, so all of my attacks are good. A 2-drop would go ham here. That'd be a great draw for me. Another land I'm not so terribly sad about. Scheming Symmetry. So now I'm really worried. I mean, I'll take a good draw here. I'm going to take my... I think I want Voice of the Blessed here. Although... do I want Essence Channeler more? I can give it Flying and Vigilance. I think I'm going to keep the Essence Channeler because it can give me something for my my trouble. So this is for sure the play. But now what have they searched for? Possibly a Natural Order, which means that this Static Prison is important. They can still cast Natural Order though. We'll take action here. Let's give our maybe Ocelot Pride flying. We want to keep that life total high. And there's some activations coming in. And okay, apparently we might have beaten a Natural Order combo deck. Natural Order for Galta, dropping the rest of their hand could have been the play. I don't really know. But either way, we take them out in round 4. Pretty strong attacks. Like, I mean, we amassed a very strong board by turn 3. Definitely nothing to scoff at there. All right, here comes the 5th and final round. All right, 5th round, 1 round to end it all. Luris against 4-drop Tribal on my side of the board here. I don't think I can play that. We need something a little bit better when it comes to the lands, and I think this is all right. We don't need 3. We'll go Guide of Souls into Essence Channeler, Static Prison, or Abiding Grace are good follow-ups. We'll go Ganjo first, see if they remove the Guide of Souls on site, and then we can decide on shocking the Kabira takedown. They shock? Ooh, it's a Stalactite Stalker. That's fun. Oh, cool. We found a land anyway, so we will be able to Abiding Grace. So now we don't care if they kill our Guide of Souls or Essence Channeler. In fact, it's quite alright if they do. So it looks like they're going to be aggressive here with Stalactite Stalker. Okay, so yeah, they definitely are just going for Descend here. And Fear of Missing Out wants to be enabled so Stalactite Stalker can do its thing. That's fine. We will sit here on our side and do our thing. Essence Channeler. We have something that can trade, but we want to make our thing big. Static Prison is going to be the big guy here. Alright, land artifact creature. Any instant or sorcery does it. Thankfully, we don't die here, or we don't get hit here. And so now I basically just need to do something about this. Abiding Grace is pretty solid. I think I need to turn off Fear of Missing Out, but then if things get Delirium, then the DRCs turn into 6/6s effectively. So I could wait a turn, but then I most likely die. So we put this in tapped. We'll go Static Prison, take out Fear of Missing Out. And we actually need, if we can draw a land here, we stabilize pretty hard. If we can't, we might lose to just having an Abiding Grace on the battlefield that never picks up anything out. Wooded Foothills. Tapped Tomb. And a 4/4 comes in. No double strike. Delirium. Grim Flayer. Yeah, they get to surveil pretty big here. We'll take action. I think that Swords to Plowshares is now going to be rather strong. Need to keep our life total going. We will not be able to block the Grim Flayer, which almost certainly turns on Delirium. That doesn't feel good. All right. If they don't find a sorcery, it's beautiful. All right. I almost need to block the Grim Flayer. Like, that almost certainly turns on 9 power in the air. I don't think I can afford that. We will block. I think that's an amazing trade for me. And now Guide of Souls gets big. Ocelot Pride is something. We will pay. And is there anything that is a 1-drop in the graveyard right now? There is not. Put an Ocelot Pride out. Gain our life. Make another creature. No attacks. And they unfortunately are going to be able to play the Patrick Beastie again. Bowmasters sucks. There goes my Ocelot Pride, but we'll get it back with Abiding Grace. Unfortunately, an Ocelot Pride coming back with Abiding Grace doesn't get the trigger on the end step, which is sad. If this was, oh my god, 3rd 3-troop battalion, we will continue to pay. We can at least perpetually block the Grim Flayer now, which is nice. But we need to play a 3-troop battalion. If we can't, we die. Inquisition, we're going to lose the Abiding Grace. It is what it is. Stalactite is there. Stalactite is there. And a land is there. Oh my god, they whiffed. Let's go. Alright, well, there goes my Abiding Grace. Oh, wait, never mind. The Inquisition is what they needed. Yeah, so we pretty much die. Mishra's Bauble, you got it. More Surveil. Yeah, okay, so they're finally enabled here. I think the low to the ground Luris Delirium might be our match here. I have to block Grim Flayer with Guide of Souls. If we just need to draw exactly a land here, and it has to be one that doesn't cost me 3 life. If we can do that, we stand a chance to win. Unfortunately, this means that I need to double block, doesn't it? Man, that sucks. Well, that might end up being what does it for us. We're at 3 life. Can we see the top of our library here? It'll just be another Guide of Souls. All right. Well, opponent will take us out here, but not before we get another Guide of Souls into the battlefield. Unfortunately, no 3-tree battalion here for us today. The games were just a little bit close to the ground. Now, you could take this list and pretty much just remove the fetch land type things and run it in Timeless. That would be pretty good. Just drop your Swords to Plowshares and other banned cards and go into Historic. I think it would do pretty well. This sort of thing is definitely what Historic is built around, and Mono White has been a staple of that format for a really long time. In Timeless, though, I think there's just a little bit too much going on here. This Delirium deck is doing quite a lot, and I really do love seeing Fear of Missing Out working. I am working on a very similar build of Luris Delirium. You've seen my my Omnivorous Flytrap Delirium, which was fun, but ultimately it was a little bit too high off of the ground. This one, I think, with a lot of 2s and 1-drops, seems to be very, very strong. You could even run Chthonian Nightmare as well alongside with this Luris. So pretty cool deck from the opponent, and I think we had a decent showing ourselves. It's been kind of a quicker one today. I hope you guys still enjoyed regardless. If you want to play some mono white in Timeless or Historic, make sure to check out my deck list in the video description. Moxfield link always down there. Thanks for watching the video. All those things help me out a lot. Those likes and comments on YouTube are big for the channel. If you're new to the channel, though, subscribe for videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.